Greetings, beloveds. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how you can avoid frustrating stock breakouts. Now, let me greet you first in the love light of the one infinite creator. So let me paint a scenario here. We have a stock here that last week was breaking out and it caught my attention. You can see here it had actually already moved above this range here, was working on week number 3 of a breakout. So it looked very promising and I was considering this for my paid clients. Now that's one way to look at it. There was also another weekly close here that it was approaching another breakout here. So all of this looked very setting up, let me say, for a potential breakout and a move higher. Was very enticing. Now, I took a look at this but decided not to highlight this as a breakout for clients. Let me show you what I was looking at. First thing is, if you take a look at this long-term picture, there's a lot of good things going on. For example, if you see here, you'll see that the stock has come from a very high price and over years has settled down. So the thinking here is it could be now setting the stage for an explosive move to the upside. Also, take a look here. We can see that it's moving its RSI to 3-year highs. So this is moving to 3-year highs on the RSI. That's really good. And we can see that the MACDs are also at 3-year highs. So it met the minimum requirements of the ultimate move, the breakout, a method that I came up many years ago. By the way, if you're new to my channel, I've been doing breakouts for paid clients on my private website for almost 22 years plus, daily, continuous, full time. Unbelievable how time has flown by. But now that's the setup. So everything looked good. The stock met the minimum requirement, and one would anticipate from now that the stock needs to be setting up for a fantastic move to the upside. But there was an issue why I did not set this or send a breakout alert to clients. Why I did not send a breakout alert to clients is there's a couple of things that were disturbing me. Number one, if you go back to the prior chart, you can see, yes, the stock was breaking out. No problem. In fact, I'd put in a couple of weeks to the upside. But here's the first issue. Number one, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight weeks to the upside. All right. And you don't see any 5 straight weeks to the upside on this chart. We don't see another run like that. So it was extended in my view. But what was really disturbing at the time is the following, something I talk about a lot. This is how you avoid stocks that look at all these reversals, all these wicks. So the stock has a history of massive plunges and just doesn't hold on to gains. Now take a look at this long-term monthly chart here. Look at this period in late 2020 here. All of these were spikes that went nowhere. By the end of the week, end of the month, the stock had lost all its gains, and then it goes up, loses everything essentially. If you take a look at the all data, in fact going back even further, you see that yes, it had a nice run here in 2020, moving from, let's call it, in the lower double digits. Let's call it about 12, went all the way as high as 240. So yes, a big run up. But there's a problem with this stock. It just has a lot of unstable price action. All this is very unstable, doesn't hold on to gains. So I decided to pass. Now, this is last week. If I fast forward to this week, take a look at what you get. So the high for the week this week is at, let's call it 8.88. The low for the week, 4.15. So it lost almost 50% from the highs here to the lows of the week. In fact, there's one single day, just one single day, I believe yesterday, this day here, yesterday, it dropped just one single day, 36% to the downside. Now, all this was already on the charts. The 2-year chart tells you that this is a very unstable stock. All of these periods here, it never held on to gains. So if you want to avoid stocks that are going to frustrate you, just take a look in the past. Does the stock hold on to gains or does it give back gains very easily? If it does, very likely it might repeat the same pattern. That's it for now. I am EricWithMother.com. I leave you as I found you in the love light of the one infinite creator. Go forth rejoicing in the power and in the peace of the one creator. Adonai.